What's up, everybody?
All right. We'll take questions for Coach. Davide, first question here on the third row on this side.
Coach Davide Chinellato, Gazzetta Italy. Can you take us into the final quarter? And, we saw a very competitive game, which is something that we haven't seen in the AllStar game for a long time. What changed this year?
I think the format probably has something to do with it. But I do think that, while a lot of the AllStar games have not been competitive, usually when it's close down the stretch, it becomes very competitive. And I think with the format, the way it was, first team to get to that 157 mark, I think it just became more competitive a little bit longer. But it's not uncommon for AllStar games to get competitive down the stretch when they're close.
Next question for Coach. In the back, 3. Be back center.
Kyle Goon, OC Register. Frank, obviously you had the charity element, you had the fans right there near your bench kind of chanting LeBron and Giannis. How did that affect sort of the energy in the court and what your typical experience of the AllStar game is?
Yeah, well, obviously when there's money involved going to the charity, that was representing Team LeBron, I think our guys, just put a little bit more effort and spirit into that part of it and wanting to win it for our charity. And then having them close like that on the court, it contributes to the atmosphere, and the energy of the building and of our team, and it was a fun part of the game.
Next row up on the right.
Hi, Coach. Hey, Amin Lamri from Moroccan newspaper Le Matin. With all these global success of the NBA, this year we've been like 400 and more foreign journalists. Do you think with the launching again of the African League, the NBA African League, don't you think NBA should also organize an NBA All-Star in Africa? And would you be interested in taking part in such an event?
Well, it's a great idea, and I don't know if it's been discussed or not with our league office. I'm sure it has. They think of everything, and if that were to take place, it would be great for the global nature of our game, and I would be first in line to sign up for something like that. That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, Frank, how much interaction did you have with Coach Nurse this weekend, and what's your greatest impression of him overall?
The interaction was minimal. I saw him on the elevator when I checked in. The first time I saw him, and our wives and kids hung out a little bit in the hospitality suite at the hotel. Saw him a little bit pregame tonight, and my overall impression of him is he's a champion in the first year as a head coach for the Toronto Raptors. So much respect.
Christian over here on this left side standing.
Coach, how's it going? Christian Winfield, New York Daily News, over this way. What's it like to coach a game when you have 5 stars on the court at all times?
It's what people like to call good problems. Who are you going to give the ball to? They're all good. They're all right answers. You know what I mean? And it was great for me to see the collective competitive spirit of our group, working together, usual competitors, fierce competitors against each other. And that's what's always been great to me about All-Star Weekend, the All-Star Game, is seeing guys that normally want to kill each other working together, and then combining that competitive spirit, strength into one force. And I think you saw that with the veteran group that we had out there on the floor in that fourth quarter.
Back left.
Gil Barak, Channel 5, Israel. How many of the LA plays did you bring to this All-Star game, if at all?
We ran a handful of. We only ran probably 5 plays the whole game. It was more like freelance and letting the guys feel the action out on the floor. But we definitely ran. The first play of the game was one of our plays, and the Giannis duck in. I mean, not Giannis. The Joker duck in front of the rim was one of our plays. Russell got to the bucket on one of ours. But most of it was pretty freelance, and we try to do some of the ATO stuff for each individual player. James's ATO play is everybody stands still and let him go play ISO basketball, and he scores almost every time. So we ran that as well.
Kyle in the back under the camera.
Kyle Gunosi Register. Frank, I know it's all in fun, but like you said, you ran one of your plays and Kawhi scored the first basket. Was it kind of fun to sort of realize that vision of coaching Kawhi alongside LeBron and AD for you?
I didn't really go there mentally, to be honest. You know, it was an all-star game. It's an exhibition. I had fun with that aspect of it, but I love my Lakers team.
Michael, here on the left side.
Mike Pina, SB Nation. Coach, what was your impression of Chris Paul tonight and just the confidence of having a veteran point guard like that lead you down the stretch?
Well, Chris Paul's a big reason for the win. He told me early in the day that you know, he wasn't one of those vets that just likes to take a rest in a game like this, that he wants to come in and win a game, you know, and help our guys win a game. And all the young guys throughout the course of the game, every time they made a mistake or didn't play defense, he was yelling at them. So he got us, not only got us to the finish line, but also you know, provided great leadership and some big plays in that fourth quarter down the stretch.
Last question on the right side in this third row.
Hi, Coach. Joseph Phillips, Chicago Crusader newspaper. With the All-Star game being in Chicago, how cool was it to see the hometown kid, AD, hit the game-winning free throw from the charity stripe for charity?
Well, you said it best, right? I mean, you can't draw that stuff up. Sort of a Hollywood ending to this weekend's festivities. The local kid wins the game and wins it for charity. You know, I was happy for him. You know, I knew it was going to be a special kind of a weekend for him coming home, and to see him win a game like that was pretty special.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay.